Today I'm challenging myself in the studio, not one, not two, but 3 full portraits in a single day. You'll see the behind the scenes, the tech, the setup, the paint splatters that make each piece one of a kind. But here's the truth, I didn't wake up feeling inspired, but I believe once you start moving, inspiration shows up. So this is a test of my energy, my focus, and most important, my creativity. So stick around because by the end, you'll see the 3 new paintings come to life and you'll see how I fight through the distractions to get it all done. Let's get into it. Hey, good morning. Getting the day started here in the studio and we've got a lot to get done. We're not doing 1, not 2, but 3 paintings today. We've got everything prepped. We've got 3 canvases ready to go. Now the content that I'm making today is the content that I post on my TikTok as Reels, on YouTube Shorts. So you will see the behind the scenes process, and then in between, I will share a little bit just with you. Once again, if you don't know me, my name is David Garibaldi. I create these large portraits in minutes to music. I also help artists grow their brand with coaching and different courses. So there's some info down below for that. But for now, let's get into today's vlog. Let's go. One other system I'm setting up right now is the monitor for all the cameras. So it all goes back to this computer, and there's a program I use called Ecamm Live. And it's basically like what we use to produce live streams, only today we're using it to record the paintings. So you see here, I just want to make sure the feed's here, and also I want to make sure it shows up on the TV. I won't bore you too much with all the technicalities, but if there's something that you see that you want to know more info about, just let me know below in the comments. Because there's a lot of things that I do that are now just instinct that may be foreign to you or to someone else. So maybe you can also ask on behalf of someone else. They're like, hey, what is that? Why do you do that? Just ask below. All right, settings on the camera is very important though. We're going to shoot everything today at 120 frames per second. That's how we get all the slow-mo if we need it. We won't always use it, but you wanna make sure you have that high frame rate just in case. I'm just doing one little last bit of studying for the Bailey Zimmerman portrait. Just making sure I remember the important pieces of information. I mean, there's certain parts of his hair, the way that the light falls on would be his left side of the face. Just think about it. We're using color to create the illusion of the volume on the image. So I'm looking at it, but I'm also referencing techniques that I'm going to use to hopefully pull this off. All right, we're gonna get things set up for the opening hook that I film. I always talk about this, but I put 90% of my energy into the opening 3 seconds, and that's from how I film it to how I edit it. So right now I've got all the tools I need. I just wanna make sure that the lighting and the cameras are all set so we can just press record and go, and I'll share that process with you. All right, so we'll set the tube light up back here to get that hairline light. Now, just for the record, I'm not super inspired right now. And that's the whole point of coming into the studio and just getting it done. You know, it's what, a little after 9, and you're not always have the right inspiration, but I do believe that once you start moving, that's where the inspiration finds you. So always imagine that pointing up to the sky to point to the comment, someone suggesting this portrait. Make sure I'm in frame. Oh, let's press record. Let's do that. Ah, that was weak. All right, let's try that again. Let's get a good pour. All right, that was good, solid. Let's stop the recording. Just moving by the camera. Need a little extra light. And we'll get the last final shot, which is the actual throwing of the paint. Okay, we'll get the last final throw of the paint. We're in frame. I set up a little bit extra light. Light is our friend. Finding a good spot to throw it. I think I'm gonna go, bah, right there. Now there's a couple of reasons why I throw this paint. One, obviously it's for the hook to capture your attention, but also there is no paint throw alike. So this sort of sets an imprint on the painting that I'm doing. And look, we're in the age of AI. We gotta be more transparent with how we create so that our audience knows it's absolutely real. So this particular splatter, when you see it done, it'll be in the final painting as an imprint to authenticate it. So, all right, let's go, next step. So now there's only one last thing to do, and that's just to get to the painting. So I'll show you a montage after this, but we're just gonna go through the painting process. I'll show you some of the cuts between, and then we'll check in. I'll hopefully have a finished painting for you at the end. We've shot all the footage, we've got the hard drives now. Let's go dump all the footage before we start the second portrait of the day. All right. I said it earlier, this is definitely a very physically demanding process, which is why when I'm outside the studio, I try my best to think about what I eat. I try to think about my fitness outside of this, which is something that most artists overlook quite a bit. I'm not a health expert. I live with one, my wife, but I'm always going to encourage people to go the health and wellness route so that we can create longer and better. Making sure I got 8 hours of sleep so I can come in at 9 a.m. and knock out what I need to. And it's not me preaching about it, it's just sharing with you what works. Most people stay up late, and I don't think that I'm cognitively my best in the middle of the night or 2 a.m. It's nice sometimes because there's no distractions, but I like full night of rest, good coffee, come in here, get it all done. By the way, while I'm doing this process, I want to take a quick break from today's video and just let you know that those of you who are artists that need some daily inspiration, or even if it's just minimum weekly inspiration, I know how hard this process can be. I've been doing it for a long time, and any encouragement that I can get from anyone it's helped me a lot. So that's why I created the Art Supply Members Club. It's just a weekly newsletter in your inbox that just sends some inspiration, some tools, and even sometimes I do some workshops or webinars that are free to help you. And so that info for the Art Supply Members Club is down below. It's a newsletter. You can easily sign up, and I'll get you that weekly inspiration that hopefully will help you on your creative journey. All right, painting number 2. Like I said, what's helping today go a lot faster is that yesterday I spent time prepping, getting the images prepared, studying those, getting canvases, making sure the paint area is set up. I'm all about optimization of my energy. So what helps is just preparing the space so that all I have to think about now is just to create. So let's get to painting number 2. Portrait's done. I'm definitely out of breath. If I'm out of breath, that means it was a fun one. We're gonna get the final showcase of the art, just that final last look, and then we'll wrap this one up onto the next. When you think about, so far today, I've been painting and recording for about 2 hours. And I always compare this to what I used to do, like past jobs. And I remember my first job I was a phone banker for Wells Fargo. And I can't imagine sitting there doing anything for 2 hours there again. So as tedious as this may be, it's still far from what I could be doing. And I'm always gonna make those comparisons to find a reason to be grateful. to be busy. And that is just a daily mindset I carry with me to keep me going on this journey. So this is the part where I've got to fight through the distractions. I just opened my phone and just went on like a scrolling binge. And then I snapped out of it and realized, like, look, I only have so much time to get this one last painting done until I have to go pick up my son from school. So it's this exact moment where I could go either way. I'm like, let's reward ourselves for doing 2 paintings and just chill, or let's just push through, get one more done. We have one extra piece of content shot, art created. So I know everything, I know I'll gather the energy, but I'm just sharing with you just how real it gets sometimes here in the studio, where it's easy to get distracted. And also when you think you've done just more than maybe the average person, there's someone that's above average that I'm thinking about that's ready to outwork me. So why does that matter? I don't know. But that's just how I'm thinking right now. And honestly, the more that I think about it, the person that is ready to outwork me is the person that I wish I was. I'm gonna leave that right there. We're gonna reset again, take this canvas off. See Bailey Zimmerman back there. Take this canvas off. Thank you, Jason Aldean, for the inspiration. Put a new fresh one on, and next, you'll see it. This is gonna be a fun one. So I wanna do something a little different with this. With this backlight, I also use it as like a hair light. Obviously I don't have hair, but I wanna change the effect of it and do something different with this Big X the Plug video. So I've got this really cool app that controls the light. Warning, I'm gonna make it strobe. So if you have any issues with that, just heads up. But all right, let's get this going. Let's start recording. Woo, all right, we did it. Painting number 3 complete, Big X the Plug. So today we did the Bailey Zimmerman, the Jason Aldean, and the Big X the Plug. So the hard part, let's just say this, the fun part is done. The hard part is next, which is editing and putting all this stuff together. So actually, I'm gonna show you right now a little recap of what I painted today. Check it out. so much for watching today's video. Hopefully we can do some more like this, but you let me know down below in the comments. And also if you enjoy content like this, just watching the art process content or learning about it, just make sure you subscribe and like this video so you get updated for future videos. Also, be sure to join the Art Supply Members Club. That newsletter is weekly. There's a link down below to sign up. And of course, my group chat. I'm in there on a daily basis. So if you want to connect, have questions, join my Circles group chat down below as well. For now, thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.